Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. So I'm literally just waking up, like it's the middle of the night, I was asleep, I wasn't expecting anything to drop, and then as I woke up I checked Twitter and we got the announcement of the next free-to-play sparking unit. So this unit is more than likely going to correlate with Legends Festival. I mean, it's been, leading up to all of this has been pretty obvious. So I hope you guys are getting ready for what that banner is going to, contain. But getting back on point, we do now know the next free-to-play sparking unit that'll be coming into Dragon Ball Legends, and it is none other than a free-to-play Super Saiyan Goku GT. Now, I'm actually very curious as to what they're going to be doing in Legends Festival in terms of like what potential GT units they're going to be releasing. But in terms of this unit, this is what it's able to do. So it says, event exclusive Super Saiyan Goku is coming. Restore own ki, destroy 2 enemy cards, and more when enemy cover changes while Goku is on the field. Main can restore own health by 50% and give up to 70% damage according to the number of timer counts elapsed. So, one, this card art is kind of nice. This card, I'm not gonna lie, this card is actually pretty fire. And 2, again, as of late, free-to-play units have been pretty freaking good, especially with, for example, the latest GT free-to-play unit being Super 17, and he's pretty freaking good. So I actually have high hopes for this Goku, especially because, oh my god, GT really needs it. And the reason why I say this is because even though GT has, for example, Zenkai Pan, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, recently Zenkai Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Goku, again I get confused saying that, but that's the quote-unquote proper way of saying his name, that unit, and of course the free-to-play Super 17, those are solid units, but GT is still not a good tag. Those units are not solid enough in order to revitalize that tag by themselves. I would say, the strongest unit on that team is easily Gogeta, especially now that he can be Zenkai boosted on that team because of, Super Saiyan 4 Goku getting that Zenkai. And then afterwards, I would say that Pan is probably your next strongest unit. And then maybe Super 17, if we're strictly focusing on element factor as well. But even though, again, that unit, or that tag has some units, it's just not enough. Like, you can't realistically use GT in this current meta and have a relative fighting chance against other tags like Sagas from the Movies, Sun Family, Hybrids. Like, there's just too much that tag doesn't do right now. So I'm hoping that this Goku brings something to the table. And to be fair, I mean, for starters, restoring his own ki, which is, good. What else? Destroying 2 enemy cards, which is actually really important now. It's always been a good ability for any unit to have if they have the ability to knock down people's cards. But with, Beast Gohan being a thing now, being able to knock down your opponent's cards helps even a little bit. Because, for example, even though Beast Gohan gets lots of ki, lots of cards, all that good stuff, right? And of course, card draw speed. At least being able to knock down his cards, for all you know, maybe you knock down his cards near the end of his combo. Hopefully, the unit that takes all the hits isn't dead yet. But, maybe you knock down some of his cards near the end of a combo, and that can potentially end his combo. Or if you're not fighting Beast Gohan, then that's probably going to be even better, because even though, again, there are other units out there with card draw speed and, getting ki and getting all that stuff, being able to knock down cards is still good. Again, 2 units that have that in this current meta are LF, Super Saiyan Future Gohan, and the brand new Power Awakening Piccolo. Both of them have that ability, and it helps out a lot. Then afterwards, his main restores his own health by 50% and gives up to 70% damage according to the number of timer counts elapsed. So with how big of a recovery that is, I mean, what is this Goku gonna be, a support type? That doesn't even sound right. And also, this is the Goku that fought against Rildo. So I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember that fight that well at all. So I don't necessarily, like, I'd probably have to just watch it on like YouTube or something. I don't know, just I don't remember that fight that well. So I don't know like how prevalent Goku was in that battle, but still, that's a big recovery. Like, I mean, honestly, we have units that recover their health like to a solid degree as well using their main, and just because they recover it that high doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to be, you know, a support type. But if he's boosting it that high, like it's either support or like defense. Like again, it's you're restoring your ki that much. Like it seems like it's focusing on like survivability and also being able to like boost his own strength. I genuinely do not know like what typing this Goku would be. And then of course the plus 70% to damage according to the number of timer counts elapsed. That's obviously completely dependent on the timer counts, because it seems like if you pop it too early, then maybe you don't get that buff, and that would actually suck, because then it would literally force you to hold back this unit, and I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I think it should just be, you know, when your main is available, you pop your main and you get the buff, right? Because again, GT needs every bit of buffs that they can get, literally anything. But also, I think I would say the next most important thing is what element factor is this unit going to be? Because right now GT has 3 element factors covered. We have 2 green units, we have 1 blue unit, and we have technically 2 yellow units, because you can still use Majub. I still stand by saying Majub is not a bad unit. It was never a bad unit, and I see people when they run GT, I still see people run with Majub. It's harder to run with Majub because obviously one of his main perks was endurance and all that stuff, but we have multiple red units in the game now that can nullify that, so it's gonna be tougher to run him, but it's not impossible. But then you also have the, again, free-to-play Super 17, who has the cover change and all that good stuff. Anyway, the thing with this unit is what element factor is he going to be. GT, and I mean this in every sense of the term, quite desperately needs a new purple unit and a new red unit, because for the longest while now, the units on that tag, or the units for those element factors, have been what, Goku, Vegeta, and then Omega Shenron. That's it, respectively, by the way, because there's been a lot more sparking red units for GT than there have been purple sparking units, because GT has, if I'm not mistaken, 2 red sparking units and even 1 red ultra unit for GT. But then to this very day, in terms of sparking units only, because there's no purple ultra unit, but GT only has 1 sparking purple unit for GT. Just 1, and it's Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who also ended up getting a Zenkai Awakening a very, very long while ago. So yeah, there's only 2 element factors they need to focus on for GT, and that's red and purple. And not only that, for Legends Festival, which there's no way in the world it's not going to be GT, whichever unit we end up getting needs to be red or purple. In this case, I would probably opt in for purple, because if you bring in a red unit, you got Beast Gohan right there, and he's probably gonna go crazy. So yeah, well, unless they're a tag unit, but I mean, Beast Gohan's able to run through androids regardless of which android is in, so yeah, I'd probably just opt in for the safe route and just go with purple. But either way though, that's my thoughts on this Goku. He has a lot of weight to carry, and it's unfortunate that he's in that scenario, but again, free-to-play units have been pretty good, so I'm hoping that this Goku will be no different. But again, I do want to know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on this Goku coming to the game, and what are your thoughts as to who we might end up receiving during Legends Festival? But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.